Hello, viewer. My name is Jamie, and this channel is called Liminal Sovereignty. Today, we're going to be doing a flip through the tarot deck, The Lovely Ladies Tarot. I found this deck on Etsy. The illustrator is Brittany Keller. I really love the colors of this deck. It's very vibrant, very warm, and this gold gilding is also seen within the cards, and every card has some form of gilding. She's been illustrating this particular deck since 2021. At first, she started with just the major arcana, but I think that once she got into it, she really decided to go on ahead and make a character for each card of the 78 cards in the tarot deck. What's really neat about this card deck is that all of the persons within it are female. And I think that one of the messages that she really wanted to instill in anyone using this deck is that females are beautiful regardless of their shape or whatever hang up, society may place on you. You are beautiful no matter what. And I have to say that all the people within these cards are absolutely gorgeous, and I think that you will agree. Let's go ahead and dive in. Alrighty, here we have the Fool. The Fool looks like they are embarking on a new journey. We see this white-haired beauty holding onto a flower, as well as holding onto what I can assume is her belongings, starting out her journey. Here we have the Magician. The Magician has a figure 8 on her forehead. She's got a candle. We see some pentacles. We see some earth. The High Priestess. The High Priestess looks like she's in a trance, and she may not be able to see, but whatever she's seeing in her trance is perhaps showing her what is in the dark or what is hidden. The Empress. The Empress is wearing earrings that have the sign of Venus in the shape of a heart, and we see wheat, which is usually illustrated within the Rider-Waite, the original Rider-Waite deck, which she did mention in her guidebook that these cards were inspired by that. And we have the Emperor here. One of her earrings is an ankh. She's looking off into the distance. The Hierophant. She is strong in her beliefs. The Lovers. Here we have two ladies in an embrace, and we know that the lovers could be two people who are romantically involved, but it could also be friendship. Here we have a flame with a heart inside of it, which would, to me, if that's what draws me in about this card, it probably would be romantic, and passion would be the thought. The Chariot. The Chariot. She's in a wheelchair, and she's beautiful. It looks like she has overcome a lot, and she's moving forward. The Strength card. Typically we see a lion or some kind of feline in the Strength card, but here we have a woman who looks like she's armored up with a sword in her hand, so she may be facing the beast. The Hermit. The Hermit has a light guiding their steps. Maybe this light does not illuminate the entire path, but it definitely lightens up the steps that are in front of her. The Wheel of Fortune. It looks like she's caught a star, or, and this maybe, you know, how we wish on a star, and perhaps the Wheel of Fortune is in her favor. She better make that wish before the wheel turns. Justice, scale and a sword as typically illustrated. Beautiful. The Hanged Man. This person does not look like they are in distress, which the Hangman typically does not look like he's in distress. If you notice really carefully, all of these cards have Brittany Keller's initials, and I believe that's the year that she illustrated this card, the Death card. It looks like she's completely engulfed with flames, and she's got the, what is it called? The Grim Reaper scythe, and her rib cage is open, or we can see through her rib cage, but within that there's growth. So this is just change and rebirth. Temperance. Here we have a voluptuous woman who is trying to create balance. I like the rainbow imagery in this card. My apologies. As you guys know, YouTube has a weird thing about showing nudity, but we're going to move on and just continue. This is the Devil, and the Devil is a heavily tattooed woman with a female and a male. She's also got the female-male symbol, and then she's got what looks like a pentacle on her forehead, and then flames are all around the backyard. She looks like a serious person. Oh, look, we have a flame with a heart, similar to card number 6, which is the Lovers, and it's in between these two figures. Now, one is female and one does look like a male. The Tower. Here we have a female. She might be caught in flames, but she definitely looks like she's running away from the tower. The Star card. She's pouring the contents of this water out. She's looking directly at the querent, or the person holding the card. The Moon card. This is a beautiful female. We've got the moon there. Looks like she's got a sun tattoo and a moon tattoo. And here we have the Sun card. Typically, the Sun card tends to be one of the happier cards, if not the happiest card in the deck. And this person, it could just be me. You can go ahead and tell me what you think. She looks like she's just there. She doesn't particularly look angry or sad per se. It's just she looks like she's waiting on something and perhaps disappointed it's still not there. Judgment. About to blow the horn. The World card. Now the colors in this card are just absolutely beautiful. Here we have a sun and moon. The world looks like she's holding on to some kind of sphere that could be a planet. Very pretty. But she's naked, which to me also implies vulnerability. Very nice. And now we're going to start the minor arcana. Here we have the Wands, Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands, it looks like the flame is lit on the wand. Let's see what new adventures await. The Two of Wands. She's holding onto a planet, and here you can see there's an eye tattoo on her chest, which I believe signified an open heart towards whatever choices or endeavors she pursues. The Three of Wands. This person's looking to the side. The Four of Wands. And in this card, we see two wands that are lit, but we also see two wands that are not lit. And I believe what she had mentioned here was that these two are friends and they haven't seen each other in a while. So it's kind of like reunion. It's a, and they're an embrace, although they're heading in different directions, they still stop to embrace one another. And one of them is looking onto the other one. This one was created in 2022. The Five of Wands. And in this card deck, four wands are lit. The one that she's holding is not lit, but it's very clear that the wands that are lit are holding her back. The Six of Wands, typically meaning victory or positive attention. Seven of Wands. In this card, Six of the Wands are not lit, but the one that she has is lit. And typically in the original Rider-Waite, we see a person on higher ground fighting off six wands, but here she looks very confident she'll succeed. The Eight of Wands. Now this is a very pretty card because it's not something that you would typically see, which is someone with stretch marks, and it's very natural. It happens. Six wands. I'm sorry, I lied. Eight wands. Movement. She looks like she's stretching. Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands usually depicts a person who has been battered and is standing in front of a wall. And here she looks like she's looking up whilst also holding the only lit wand, preparing herself, or is maybe meditating or taking a breath. Ten of Wands. Burden. But she looks like she's holding on to all of them. They're all lit. We, as females and males, but since this card is mostly, or is all female, I believe this was just juggling all the things, motherhood, work, responsibility, and also being a nurturer, doing all the things and figuring out how to do it successfully. The Page of Wands. The Knight of Wands. This person looks like they're catching on fire too. There's a lot of passion pushing this person forward. And then here we have the Queen of Wands. What I like about this particular card is that the cat is white, and usually in the Rider-Waite and in a lot of decks, many different kinds, as you've seen through this channel, the cat is black. But here we see a white cat with the sunflowers. The King of Wands. The Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups. I actually wanted to read to you guys a little excerpt from the book here, from the Ace of Cups. She says,
A golden chalice overflows with 6 streams representing the 5 senses plus your intuition. The bright planet behind the cup represents the awakening of your human spirit, and all of your senses flow out from your subconscious. And I thought that was a very pretty description of what is going on in this card. It's also the only time she's mentioned this planet, which, as you can see, it's a perpetual image that we see throughout the deck. Here we have the Two of Cups. And in this particular card, we have these women are in an embrace and are holding up the glasses, perhaps to each other. And what I really, really like about this particular card is how the blue and the orange, which, if you know anything about color theory, are colors that are opposites, but they complement each other so well. And I think that that is such a very, very great, description of the Two of Cups. It's two things coming together, or a choice that might be in opposition, but complement one another, which is why choices are sometimes hard. The Three of Cups. Here we have 3 females of different backgrounds looking like they are enjoying each other. They look like they're posing for a picture. The Four of Cups. I like this one. First, her makeup is just absolutely gorgeous. And also, this is not typical of what the Four of Cups looks like. And what I like about this one is that instead of it looking like you're dismissing something that's being offered to you, here her hands are full. She can't take the cups even if she wanted to. But even if she could, her eyes are closed, so she can't see that people are offering these things to her. I'm sure she could hear, but that gives a lot of grace for interpretation when this card is pulled in the deck. Here we have the Five of Cups, and this person's crying, which, we see 5 cups and 3 of them are spilt, 2 of them are upright. She can't see them because she's not focused on that. The Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is one card that typically reminds us of nostalgia or childhood. And here we have a female dressed as a child looking like they are playing with teacups, which I think was a brilliant, way to bring this card to life within this deck and its purpose. The Seven of Cups. The Eight of Cups. The Nine of Cups. The Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is usually one of family, happiness, the ending / beginning of something. She has a tattoo that says, love yourself. And right here it says happy. And right here on her wrist is that heart with the flame that we've been seeing in the Devil and the Lovers card. The Page of Cups. This is the first time within the deck that we see an animal illustrated within it, but it's obviously important to the card. And it looks like this fish is giving her insight to start off her journey. The Knight of Cups. What I like about this card in particular is how there's this planet and then it's reflected here in the water. That's very pretty. Again, the colors in this deck are so beautiful and complement each other so well. the Queen of Cups. And here she's got water overflowing out of the cup. It's reminiscent, but not quite like the Ace of Cups. The King of Cups. The Ace of Cups. The Ace of Swords, I'm sorry. The Ace of Swords. The Two of Swords. Now, in the guidebook, it says that this person is blind. And as you can see, they have like a milky white covering their eyes. So they can't see, but they have to make a choice. And these swords look sharp. And they're parallel to her, which could mean they're equal in a challenge for a choice. The Three of Swords. This is a lot. Is this a friend or foe? This person's heart tattoo has a knife through it, so well, I guess it depends on the reading. Four of Swords. Rest. Five of Swords. I really like this card because in the original Rider-Waite, we see somebody who has possibly won a fight, but we see two people walking away. And it makes you think, did this person win out of playing, poorly, or what, are they a sore winner? And in this card, you see her holding onto a sword, but she's got 4 other swords inside of her. So she's obviously wounded, but she's moving forward as though she's won. The Six of Swords. The Seven of Swords. She's hiding these in a bouquet. We see 1 tattoo, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 swords. I like it. Very pretty. Wow, this is a powerfully illustrated 8 of Swords. In the 8 of Swords, we usually see a female blindfolded, unable to escape, but also unknowing that she can escape. And in this card, I do not see an escape. Interesting. The 9 of Swords. There's flames. Obviously, a person who has their knees up to their chest, they are in distress. What I liked about the guidebook is that it mentioned that the reason her hair is two-toned is because it helps to remind her that there is a light side and she does not have to give in to all of these dark thoughts, which I thought was very pretty. The 10 of Swords. In this 10 of Swords, we see a woman crying. But she looks like she's alive, which is different. The Page of Swords. This one's cool. In the guidebook, it mentioned that the reason she has one eye covered, or I think she has one eye covered, is she can see clearly through her singular eye, or it's focused on something singular, which one should be whenever they're learning, right? In order for you to retain information, and as a page, you're learning, she's got a singular focus. The Knight of Swords. That looks like a knight. The Queen of Swords. I believe that this moth tattoo on her chest represents her intuition. the Knight of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles. Now this hand has a lot of jewelry. This is a very pretty illustration because we see a lot of flowers on here, which is very reminiscent of the Ace of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles. Here she is weighing out her choices, and it looks like this choice might win by the way she's looking at it, but we are always juggling choices. Three of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles. This is a great illustration because usually what we see within this card in the Rider-Waite deck is someone waiting for the fruits of their labor to mature. And this is a female who is waiting for the seed that has been sown within her to mature. And I think it's a beautiful imagery. Here we have Eight of Pentacles, working hard. What I like about this card is that it's different in that this female is wearing pants and a blouse. She looks great. I love the outfit. Nine of Pentacles. She's making all of that money work for her, and it's growing. I'd love to see the tattoo on her back. It's very pretty. 10 of Pentacles. This is a great illustration because it feels like multi-generations within a family, and there's growth. And of course, that's what we hope for our own families and for those that we love. The Page of Pentacles. Looks like this vine is growing within her hand. Whatever she's manifesting, she's manifested a coin already. She's doing well. The Knight of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles. And in this illustration, the Queen of Pentacles is also pregnant. And then lastly, the King of Pentacles. And it looks like this king might have vitiligo, which is a skin condition where your skin loses pigment in different sections. Very pretty. Here's the sides of the card close up if you guys didn't see. So as an overview, I really do like this card deck. It's beautiful. Like I mentioned multiple times, the colors are great, but there's always a but, right? I think it's a little confusing to have the King and the Knight have K's. If you know, and obviously if you're reading the bottom part of your card, then it's not an issue. I did get this card because I wanted to play around with my girlfriends whenever we got together. And, you know, if I wanted to, you know, just bring out the cards, a pair of cards that I thought would be well representational of my group of friends, which were all different. However, there is one other aspect of this deck that is a little off. Here we have the Devil, which is number 15, and then here we have the Tower, which is number 16, and it looks like there is a typo. So I will keep this deck because it is so beautiful, and I do like it, and I'll use it whenever I feel called to do so. However, this is not a deck that I would use with other people because this would be confusing. And if you know tarot, that's not confusing. If you don't know tarot, it would be. I really, really do hope you enjoyed this flip through. I have, and it has been a ton of fun, and I can't wait to show you what else I've gotten. If you've liked or derived any value from this flip through, please go ahead and like the video. Also subscribe if you want to see what else is coming through. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon.